What's up? What's up, everybody? Gene, that's crazy. Howdy, 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 howdy. Thanks for coming in. So, what do we got today, huh? Well, let me tell you. We have a pretty rare jukebox. It's a 1983 or 84 Century 2001 is what it's called. And if you Google that, you'll have to put jukebox after it or nothing's going to come up. The right thing, sorry. And then you'll see a manual and you'll see some pages to some databases for jukeboxes and stuff, and it will confirm to you that they only made 100 of these. And someone came to me and said, hey, can you fix this? And I said, well, I can sure give it a try. There's nothing I won't try to fix. So I took the boards out of the jukebox and inspected them. And that's when I realized that one of our best friends, the rechargeable battery, is on the logic board. Guess what? He has ate up everything. So I said, well, I don't know if it's your only problem, but it's one of them. You can see all the damage on the side of the board. Don't hear me very well, huh? Okay, let me mess with the mic settings. Let's see what's going on. Using the wrong microphone. I might be using the wrong microphone. Let's see. No, not that. No, that is the right one. Let's see if I go on. Okay, I think I just need to turn my voice up and turn the jazz down. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, now the jazz is too quiet, so let's put it right there. I mean, I have the microphone clipped right onto me. It's literally in my mouth. Oh. Let's see. Okay. Okay. I'll speak louder too. I'll check in a second. 1 second. Let's go here and turn this up. See how that sounds. Okay, yeah. I think that sounds better. You guys let me know. Anyways. Turn that off. This is what I get for phones. Also, when I record videos out in the barn, and when I do that, it changes their whole configuration and it fucks everything up. So that's what happened there. You guys hear me okay now, I imagine? Okay. Are we all good? Can we get to working now? Maybe. Okay, good. What are you scared to answer for? Okay, cool. All right, so this board is the logic board for a super rare jukebox. This might not be a super rare logic board. They might have made multiple for different brands. I'm not sure if they made this in-house or this is a common board. But anyways, we need to get it working again. It's got 4 EEPROMs in it to hold the program that actually make the jukebox do jukebox things. And the main issue is that there used to be a battery right here. Here it is. Here's the battery. Rechargeable nickel cadmium cell. And it has leaked all over this part of the board and absolutely destroyed it. So we need to go through and try to fix traces, see where things plug in. We got to do a lot more cleaning yet. I'm not kidding you, I took sandpaper to this. Last night, it got a bath in some vinegar to get rid of all the acid. And now we're gonna have to figure out where all these traces go. So I got my Heiko on because I also need to take off this connector because it has ate all the pins. I don't know if you can see that, but there's literally no pinnage left in there. Half of them are broke off. How's that sound? Good? Good. Okay, so first thing we need to do is, well, first thing I want to do is probably get this connector off here. So just paint on some flux here. This iron isn't on, that's why it's not. I'm just using it because why not? Because it uses flux too, so we can just use it to paint this on for the Heiko. There we go. There we go. Okay. Then we got our Heiko gun. We're gonna hope we don't lift any traces and make ourselves more of a mess than we already have, but move. Move. And we got a giant ground plane here, it looks like. So it's going to take a while to heat up. Seems like our Heiko's struggling. You got something caught in the tube, brother? Yeah, you did, huh? Yeah, you do. Got a big old chunk in the tube. Let's fix that real fast. There we go. Big old metal ball. Let's empty it real quick while we're at it. God damn it. Stop touching off on things. There we go. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Oh, now it's even more mad. What are you mad about, bro? You need your nozzle cleaned out. Let me get the nozzle cleaner. It's like a little spring tool. I use it for lots of things, so it gets thrown around a lot. So hopefully I can find it real quick, because I had a set of them at one point too, and I don't know where they all went. It's the worst thing about Tristan's electronic garage, because yeah, those batteries are straight up hot glued together. Yep, that's how they did it. And then they soldered, or they, you know, welded the two ends to the board. Pretty impressive, huh? Impressively not good, but, you know, let's see. We good now? Yeah, we're good. A lot of ground pins. This damn gun. You jamming on me again? Ben jamming. Yeah, it's definitely jammed. Jammed up with some pieces of junk. That sounds better already. Yep, that's going now. Some of these pins are so brittle because they've just been completely ate by battery acid. That might be enough mooing for one day. So now we just got to heat up this side and pull it through, I think. And just hope to God we don't lift any traces. Looks like most of them are on the other side other than these end ones, but man, is it bad. It is so bad. Oh, what I was using earlier. Scares the crap out of me. Hey Todd, what's up? What is up, dude? Yeah, sorry it's loud. That's my desolder gun. It's a Hakko. It's the best in the biz. Best in the biz. Turn that on too. Let's get some liquid on there. Just spread it back and forth, back and forth. A little bit more over here. Gotta buy more of this stuff soon. I'm almost out. This liquid. Let go, buddy. You are falling apart on me. You gotta get out of there. Okay? Oh, your one side's lifting. This side's lifting. All right, this is a really old board. I need to watch it with the heat. I wasn't thinking about that. There it goes. There it was. All right, let's see the damage. Woo! Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That is some bad mamma jamma. I need some tweezers. I need some tweezers. These will do. What a mess. All caused by our friend battery. Was there all supposed to be connected on the end there? I don't think that's right. Yeah, so they told me when I picked this up, they said, yeah, we paid a guy $500 to fix this, and he came and looked at it for a while, and him and hawed, and then said, yeah, I can't do it. I don't know exactly if he did anything to it other than tell them that he couldn't do it, but I mean, I looked at this thing for 5 seconds and was like, oh, the battery leaked all over the board, so that's the first fucking problem. All these traces are going to be dead. So, question is, can we save them? Look at all that gunk in there, man. That is impressive. Impressive amount of gunk. There's what's left of our connector. Most of the gold pins are missing. Eaten by corrosion. All ate up, man. Whew, that's hot. Still some legs in here. We got to get those legs out of there. It's going to be fun. How are we looking on this side? There's a pin. Okay, so we got a lot of holes that are just clogged up with gunk. These ones didn't come out at all. These are all on the ground plane. Can I push them through, or are they... Where are they at? Yeah, all the... Oh, that is all the ground plane ones, huh? Yeah, that's why I can't see anything through them. Okay. Let's heat up this part of the board again and see if we can get those pin legs out of there. Yeah, so crazy enough, this board turns on when plugged in. It just, the screen just displays garbage and the whole mechanism doesn't do anything, which is to be expected when you're missing probably half of your pin connections. All right, now we can pull these out. It's hot enough. That one fell through. There you go. Come on out of there. Yeah, you can push on through too. That's fine. I don't care. I just need you out. Come on. Let's see. Man, that one doesn't want to budge. That looks so much better on this side. Another pin. Alright, is this still on? No. Turn that back on. Get that nice and hot. You have a Corsair PSC in your laptop? Red components above the resistors. Oh, this is a dip switch bank. So if you want to set settings in the machine, this is how you do it. You look at the manual and flip these according. Some of them, it changes like how much a song costs and how much song time you get per quarter and all that stuff. Man, this one, there's one that is, there's always one, isn't there? That's just giving you hell. Always one. Alright, we're getting close now. There's only a few stragglers that are giving us fits. Jeez, will this sit somewhere where it's not touching something? Thank you. There's another one out. So I can see through probably 80% of these now. Moo, grass puddle, moo. That can run Doom. That would be sick. Man, might have to drill out some of these. They're so bad. We're gonna keep trying before we get to that though. Let's just clean it out. Gia puddle of grass. Gia puddle of grass. How are you? Man, I need like, maybe my hemostats would be best for this. I just need something with a really strong tip. Maybe these flat needle nose can grab onto them. Some of them are just so on there. Yeah, there's that one. Fantastic.
Um. Where are you at right now, Grass Puddle? You at home? Any more I can grab onto? Not really. There's like one hole I cannot get to open up. Good old Texas. Good old Texas, huh? Mm-hmm. Oh no, she's fucking at it again. I swear to God. I swear to God that woman waits to use the vacuum to the second I'm doing this every time. She does it on purpose, I'm telling you. There we go. How's that look? Oh yeah, that's right. We are getting there, ladies and gentlemen. Just gotta make sure all these holes are cleaned out. Okay. Now back down this way. That might be all of them. Yeah, we just got to pull some pieces through on this side. Geez, so much just black gunk. It just straight up falls apart in my fingers. This jukebox was released in 1983. It's an early 80s jukebox. It was called the Century 2001. Back when they liked naming things after the 2000s because it was the future. Okay, we got most of those holes cleaned out. A few more to go. That looks good. So much gunk. Yeah, so the program is stored in these 4 EEPROMs. So these programs represent the code. It'd probably be really nice of me to dump these because I doubt that, since I only made 100 of these, I doubt these EEPROMs or this program's anywhere on the internet. Hey, fun fact of the day, grass puddle. Thank you. I love a good fact of the day. Okay, so that is pretty cleaned out, besides this one that does not want to do anything for me. This one's pissing me off. This one's officially ticking me off. There we go. Okay, so... Wow, we got that really hot and we didn't even bubble any solder mask. Impressive! Oh, now you're just looking at the back of my head, huh? Okay. So, let's clean up our problem area some more. As best we can. There is nothing left of these traces over here. There's no copper left at all. Wow. Absolutely no copper left. So I'm hoping we can just use this jukebox without the batteries installed. There is some machines that have battery circuits that just won't work at all without the battery installed. I'm really hoping this isn't one of those. But I have seen ones like that before. Come on, buddy. Let's get these big old battery tabs out of here. Do I have more to grip on that side? Hell no. Oh, I see what they've done. I need to add some fresh to that. That is just so corroded. Oh, look at that. That's bad. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty there. Put that up like that. There we go. Get that out of here. Push that on through. Get out of here. Go on, get. There it goes. There's our gross battery tab. Get all the junk out of there. There's so much junk in there. Oh, okay. There we go. Get all that junk out of there. Gross. Now we gotta do the same thing over here. Is this one bent over like that one? Not really. Without the battery, the worst that can happen is it doesn't save. Which, oh well. Where's my solder at? There it went. Don't get my fingies, please. Well, not all of it went, I don't think. There it went. Fantastic. Get all that junk out of there. Yeah, nothing left of these traces at all. Let's see where these go. They look good on this side. We might be able to just go straight to the vias. And then this connector looks okay, right? Yeah, I don't see anything too bad with him. Oh, I do see some traces that look questionable under him. We'll have to check those. I really don't want to have to take off that other connector if I don't have to, but we might have to. Because it was eaten this way down this line. We'll have to find out. I burned my old ass 2 PC. 240 volt? What the hell, man? What are you doing that for? What the hell, man? So what we'll probably end up doing is doing jumpers to, because we don't want to have to solder to the top here, because that's where our connector sits. So we'll have to figure out all the things that solder to the top, and most of them just, literally all of them just go to vias. So we're just going to have to route a bunch of stuff around the edge of the board, or just go through the board and connect it to the undamaged parts on the back. That's what we're going to have to do. That's better. Sorry, I'm poking all these holes again. Give me a second. That one just had some junk on the top. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. So yeah, a lot of these traces, this is just goes up here and goes across. So we got to start checking traces now. Let's get our multimeter here and make sure that, let's find out what things are. Uh-oh, what happened? Are we still good? Okay, audio still seems good. Get this out of the camera frame. Let's see if that broke our camera. No, we're still good. Okay, good. Get you guys on in here. Get on in here. There we go. We're gonna see if we can determine what traces are bad, what ones are good. So like this one, that one's good. That one's good. 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 Okay, and then we'll go on the other side and we'll make sure that those traces are good through the via. Good. 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 And good. Okay. And then we have these four over here that are definitely not going to be good because the copper's literally completely gone between those. But let's check these. This one's definitely not going to be good, I don't think. No way. What about this one that wraps all the way around? That one's good. The one next to him, that goes over here, I think. That one's good to that point. Can't see where he goes under this resistor. I think he's right there. Yeah, it just beeped. There he is. He goes down here into this button. Looks like. Yeah. Hard to get good contact on that, but. And then the top one goes over here. Or, no, that's about the top one goes over here. Yep. And those all go to this button, it looks like. Yep, okay, so definitely, thankfully there's not many traces on the top here. I bet you this one's junk. That one is junk, yeah, that's the closest to the board. That one's definitely junk. So that one is bad. These four are bad. And then there's how many over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's get some pictures. My phone. Some high quality pickies. My phone. I need a new phone so bad. It just sits here like this. This is supposed to be the camera, by the way. Oh, it crashed. Camera crashed. Great. Let's try camera again. There it is. So let's get a picture like that. Let's take off this capacitor here. Is my iron still hot? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Let's take this cap off. He's like really in our way. Alright. He's probably no good as well. Okay, now we can see the traces under him. Hurrah, hurrah. Okay. And we can see that one. Let's get that. Sorry, this is gonna fuck up you guys, but just give me a second. Phone, take the fucking photo, bro. Oh my god, I hate this fucking phone. Just frozen. Just completely frozen. Just won't take a photo. Did it take it? Take it. Thank you. Okay. So, I guess the next thing we want to do is check these that are going over here. Do I got you guys lined up again? Let's see. Yeah, I do. Grass puddle. Yeah, it's an iPhone 12, and it's slow as balls. And it keeps telling me my battery is super degraded, and I need to go get a new battery. I just haven't done it. All right, I'll tell you what the main problem is, though. The ground planes aren't connected because it's got a total sever right here. So that's one thing we can fix right now. That's going to be an issue, right? Can't have ground planes not ground planing. So do these talk? They do. They have some 3 ohm resistance in that wire, so that's not fantastic, but okay, but these all talk. Wow, that's got 6 ohm, 11 ohm, and that one's dead. So we'll put some new solder in there and try to help out these vias. Just got to get all that gunk out of there. Yes, Grass Puddle. King of the smartasses. Okay, so what we'll probably do, because those vias are so toast, let's suck them out from this side if we can. Kinda. All that garbage that came out of there. Wow. Just straight blackness coming out of there. We're all jammed up again. I gotta find my fucking actual tool to fix that. I was using it I use it on the OG Xboxes to open them up. And I gotta find where I put the tool. See how great my banter is? Everyone bask in the awesomeness of Grass Puddle for a second. Please, everyone, do your duty. Bask in his presence. For a minute. Listen to my computer disconnect from something. I don't know what, but disconnecting from something. As I hunt for something that I probably won't be able to find. Because it's the one thing I need. I'm never able to find the one thing I need. Because that would be too easy. This job would be too easy if I could always find the thing I need. So, I make it excruciating. Alright. Make it extremely hard. Excruciatingly. I can't say that word. I can't say it. What is happening to me? What is happening to me? I make it much harder on myself by losing shit so that when I try to do things, it's a lot harder. Because if I didn't do that, I'd be too productive. So this is how I slow myself down. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Probably is pretty excruciating listening to me try to say that. Yes, yes, Puddle. Yes, Puddle. Think I cleared it? Sounds like I cleared it. Yep, there we go. Okay. This one was bad, I remember. This was a bad one. Man, it's just so bad. Everything about this board is just so bad. Is this one of the... Oh, that's that fucking resistor there, huh? I think this resistor's for the battery, ain't it? Yeah, it is. So, we just don't worry about it. That's not a big deal. That's also a battery terminal, ain't it, over here? Oh, no, that's a trace. That's probably our 5-volt line, because it's going all the way down their way. So we got to make sure that this is definitely a 5-volt line, because it's going through resistor to the battery on the positive side. So that's charging the battery. Right? Yep. That's what that resistor's doing. Alright. Need to go Cujo on this thing now. There's just so many vias that just need... They need fucking Jesus, that's what they need. You heat them up, and all of the bad shit seems to just start seeping out of them. I don't know why it does it. Someone knows a little bit of chemistry, they can probably tell me why that works like that, but that's how I've always cleaned them out. You just get them really hot, and then all the garbage just starts flowing out. Are you gonna stop vacuuming when I'm doing this? You always gotta vacuum right when I'm working. What's up with you? Huh? Smells what? Poisoning? Yeah, it's because I'm getting all this battery acid out of this board. Yeah. Yeah. It's on. I'm fine. No. You're fine. I'm alright. I'm almost done getting all this corroded vias out anyway. Corroded vias. Shut up, multimeter. Wow, that went, that ate that whole part of the board, huh? There was nothing else going on there, was there? I don't think so. Where's that at again? Right up there? Yeah, there's nothing else going on that part of the board at all. It is the only trace there, so... Might do heat on that. And just push it through. it is. Okay, I can see through the board now. Good. Look at all that junk we pushed out of there. Jeez. Jeez Louise. So that connects to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the bottom. Goes to that. So 11 on the bottom. We're going to probably just run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the bottom. We are just going to solder to the pin and run it up there and connect it to the good via on the other side. And then that one will be good to go. And we won't have to worry about it no more. No more, no more. That runs here to this one. And then runs that way. So it's like one tray. Oh, it just goes across the board twice. So we don't even have to put it through the via. We can just connect it right here. So let's mark that. I should have a Sharpie somewhere. Oh, let's find something else, Tristan. Good idea. So why am I repairing it? So this is to fix a jukebox, and they only made 100 of these jukeboxes, and I don't think I can buy this board anywhere to make this jukebox work again. And without this board, this jukebox no worky, no mole, without it. So we gotta fix it. We gotta save it. I don't want to be saved. Don't save me. This one is going to be saved, though. So, again, I can't find what I need, which is a Sharpie, because that'd be too easy. Since when have I ever been able to find what I need in this fucking place? So that's this trace here. There we go. And that comes all the way from right here on the board. So we'll do a connector from there all the way up there. That will be one of our bottom ones. That's pin. So how are we going to count these from the bottom, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 on the bottom. So let me get a piece of paper. I just had one in my hand. It's right here. So we got... Stop knocking the buttons off. We got the inside pin 11. That needs to go up here, so we'll write 11 up here. So that's 11. We need to do that. On top of that, what other things do we need to route on the top of the board? Oh yeah, this side, which is 4 traces, and they all come down here and go to this bank right here. So this whole bank and these are all outside. So we got outside, and those are pins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So, okay, and the lowest one, so that's pin 12, it's the lowest one on here. Ah, that's these guys up here, okay. So that is outside. So we'll put an I here for inside. Inside pin 11. And these are outside, so O. And that's 12, 13, 14, 15. So, and I would just do this, but I can't do it because I don't have my new connector. I need to figure out what this connector is. So I think I got it, by the way. I just got to go online and order one of these. And then once it gets here, we got to solder that in. I think I might also have to replace this 74 LS 154 because it had corrosion on the legs. Yeah, it's still got pretty bad corrosion on the legs, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah, it's pretty smelly down here, not gonna lie. Smelly. Okay, and then up here, this is when we get into all these really fun vias, but I think they all checked out okay. But we need to put them onto the bottom anyways because of how bad they are. Like, that one's bad. $17. So 17 from the bottom. So that's this guy right here. That's inside 17. And he goes where? All the way right here, 17. Let's clean that part of the board off real quick because it's still got black all over it. Makes it hard to see anything. I'm gonna write there. Okay. And that just comes from over here and goes over there. And then goes to this pin. So that's that one. And then the one next to him, so this one goes down here and goes to a via, or goes out here and goes to a via, and then goes under this chip. So what we'll probably end up doing is getting rid of these vias with a drill and then running 30-AUG wire through them and connecting to the good trace on this side. So let's see, I don't know where these go, when these traces go when they go under this connector. But let's see if we can find a good... Oh wait, not in the right mode. Okay, there we go. No, I don't see anything. It could be a pin. Oh, yep, there it was. Okay, that one's good. Nope. That one's good. That one's good. Okay, so we should be able to just connect through, route the cable through the vias and then connect to these traces right here and be good on that. I think so. The traces to this connector don't look fantastic, but they don't look awful either. I think they're okay, and they don't seem to have battery acid under them. They seem pretty clean. So I think we got lucky on that. Hadn't made it all the way over to this part of the board yet. So like I said, this resistor is just for the battery charging, so we're going to take him off because I don't think we have to have the batteries on here for this to operate. At least we're going to really hope we don't, because it's going to... I've seen them both ways, honestly. I've seen ones that literally have to have the batteries to do anything. Those ones are really annoying. There it went. There goes our resistor. Heating up all that junk right there. There we go. I can actually see a trace down there now. Wow, look at that. Who knew that was down there? Who knew that was down in there? Alright, now we can poke through. Awesome. Okay. This is getting cleaner by the second. Nice, Crazy. Yeah, this board's gonna be a lot of work. We knew that. Definitely knew that. It's got a serial number, but no number actually put into the serial number spot on the bottom of this. Kind of interesting. It's labeled as 6950000005. So 50,005. 69-50,005. fresh solder on these just to help them out. Make sure it's 0 ohm and not a higher number than that. There we go, 0 ohm. That's what I like to see. And that goes to this chip. Yep. Okay, less than 1 ohm. Good enough for me, as long as it's less than 1. Okay, so now let's fix this power trace, because I bet you this power trace is toast. Oh, the power trace is good. Okay. And it goes down here and goes through some diodes. Let's make sure these diodes are good. Good diodes. Diodes are working fine. Let's check this capacitor. $100 microfarad at 25 volts. It's reading 170. That's pretty high. I'm probably just going to replace him. In other news, our ground plane definitely needs replaced, so let's get our thicker wire. Let's use some thick, instead of the 30 AUG that we do for signal, let's give it a little bit thicker wire there. And we'll just run it like that, but we'll do it behind the connector, or it'd be really annoying in front of the connector, right? So I'll probably just tie it right here to this capacitor. It's an easy place to put that. Right there. And then we'll run it right over here. Let's get a good solder blob. You don't want to stick to that, huh? Might have to go up a bit. I have to clean that off a bit more, too. You know what? This calls for the big guns. Yeah, no damage to anything else inside, just the surface level stuff, which is there we go. All right. Yeah, that's good for us. Good +1 for the good guys. Let's try to clean this off so I can get to some copper. That's some copper right there, baby. Oh, yeah. That's going to take solder, I bet. Oh, yeah. All right, and now we should have continuity here to here, anywhere on this. So this goes where? To this pin? Yeah, this gives us ground on our 8114, which is our CPU, I think. So our CPU is probably never starting, because it never had a ground pin. Now it has a ground pin again. So that's very good. So now all we got to do is fix all these traces that got ate up by the battery. But we can't really do that until we get our new connector, so that we can throw the connector in and then start routing everything via the connector. So I have pictures of this so that when I get to that point I can continue to see what the top of the board looks like and connect things. I have another board actually, because the guy who worked on it brought another board with him. This one is worse on the bottom. The traces got ate up a lot more towards the chip over here, the 74 whatever, 74 LS154, which I think is the controller for the LCD or something. But otherwise, it's in a little bit better shape. The connector itself looks intact, and all the traces don't look too bad, besides the 4 that we're definitely going to have to replace on this other one anyways, so. Yeah. So. Man, what a mess. What a mess. Alright, let's replace this cap on here, because he was pretty low. 100 at 25, huh? I got those. 100 at 25, they're right here. I don't have them in axial, but that's okay. 150, how about that, buddy? That will do you one. Just like that. Okay. This is just a cap between our power and ground line, isn't it? Yep, that's exactly what it is. Do him that way so his legs aren't touching anything it shouldn't. That's good. Alright, that's better. Alright. Okay. Ground has been restored. Our filter cap on our power has been restored. Now we got to do a bunch of traces, but first I need to order that part and then wait for it to come in, and then we got to replace all those traces on that connector, and then we got to put it back in the jukebox and see if it turns on. So majority of this job was just cleaning up all the corrosion, because there's so damn much of it. So damn much of it. let's see if our power makes it all the way from here down here. And it jumps over here. Yep, that's good. Goes all the way down here. Okay. That's happy. That's diode. Yeah, that's the diodes. So. And it runs all the way down here, goes through the, and connects to these 6514s, whatever that is. Whatever you are. No idea what you are. LS double zeros, LS08, just tons of logic chips. And we're hoping that all those logic chips are good, and if they're not, we have other ones from the other board we can start swapping, but we gotta fix the corrosion first, don't we? Yes, yes we do. So, okay. Demon Child from Hell Within. This is a logic board for a jukebox that we're trying to bring back to life, a 1980s jukebox. And we just got as far as we can. I just got to figure out what that connector is and order it, and then we'll do all those traces, and then we'll be able to plug this guy back in and see what happens when he's actually got all his parts he should have. What a mess. Look at all that corrosion and everything else. You should see the bucket I soaked them in, vinegar bucket. Oh my god, it was so bad. So bad. Demon Child, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate it very much here at Tristan's Electronic Garage. If you don't know, I make multi-carts for ColecoVisions and Intellivisions, and I also make Fujinets. So if you're interested in any of that, it's on my eBay store. I do have to... What do I need to make more of right now? Because I think I'm running low on a few things. I think Intellivisions. I need to make more television carts. I think I'm really low on television carts, so we will probably sit here and put together a few television carts. I don't really have many game consoles to work on right now. I do have that. We can that Sega CD that was really dirty. I have gotten him mostly cleaned up. We can put him back in the case and try him, but we're gonna have to do a lot of cleanup here in the lab before I get to that. This lab is all back right now. So we just do a bunch of shit in a row. Didn't really clean up the week. That's how I roll. So. Probably order a 74 LS 154 as well, because that one is just, the legs are corroded and just scares me. That just scares me. That is going to be no good. Alright, is that hot? Yeah, okay. Let's get this soldered together. There's that side. Cool, man, yeah. Well, thanks for subscribing. We do live streams a few times a week. We're usually doing video game repairs or an old computer repair. Today's an odd one. We're doing this jukebox, and there's also quite a lot of streams where I'm putting together my own creation boards. Well, this isn't my creation. You can see who made it right there on it. I'm not Ottaviani, or however you say his last name, but he put this board design up online and said, I have no interest in fabricating them. If anyone wants to make them and sell them, go ahead. So I've been making them and selling them for a few weeks now, not very long. They're pretty cool though. Lets you play the whole Intellivision library on a little Pi board. Yeah. Gotta put this diode in. Oh, this is my Coleco buttons, not the LEDs. Okay, now I need a transistor. Alright, there we go. There's another one done. I just gotta cut it off. Okay. And now it's time for some sort of cleaning montage or something, because this is getting ridiculous. Okay. Let me clean up a bit here. You guys are still listening to your nice music, right? That hasn't ran out yet? I can restart it if it has, if you want it. That is. If you're enjoying it. Oh no, it's over. We gotta restart it. Start our music here. Whoop. There it goes. Alright, let me do a little pickup cleanup here. Yeah, it's a guy in Italy who designed those boards, and he pretty much said, if other people want to make these for their country, because there's no way I'm making them and shipping them across the planet and it being worth it, go ahead, right ahead. So I've been making them here in the United States. A few people have. He's got lots of different boards, so a few people have been making a few different ones. We got this OG Xbox that we ripped apart the other day that I need to put back together and test. That board's upstairs. Probably just go get that and we'll get going on that so I can clean off this bench. I'm gonna go wash my hands and everything else, and I'll be right back. We'll probably put this Xbox back together so I can get it off my damn bench. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. We're gonna switch cams real fast. Welcome to the other bench. This is where we are working on this OG Xbox, or not OG Xbox, this is a 360. We were doing OG Xboxes the other day, and this was something we did at the end of the day. And someone suggested that I just clean it real good, because it doesn't seem to want to do anything. It seems completely dead, so they said sometimes a good clean will bring it back. So I said, okay, I'll try it. So we gave it a good clean, and I'm going to try to turn it on, and if it's still completely dead, it's probably getting thrown in the bin, because, oh wait, I can't put it in here yet. I gotta put the X crap back on. And this connector's always a bitch. Okay, there we go. So this has to come out. And this has to go on. Alright. So that's on there now. Good enough, I think. Good snuff. Was there little black screws on? No, but there was a bottom on this. Wasn't there? Yeah. Maybe it wasn't. Oh yeah, this is the bottom. That is the bottom on that. Okay. And most likely this just isn't going to turn on, but we wanted to give it a shot. Just giving it a good clean. If it doesn't, it's going to the graveyard.
plug in. There you go. Okay. Yeah, it's still completely dead. We need to give it a good clean though. These plastic bits would be good to fix another one. Annoying part is we can't use the disk drive. We can swap lasers though, if we need to. Alright, let's get that Sega CD up here. It's a lot less dirty, but it's still pretty dirty. Needs to go in like an ultrasonic bath. This is the top. No, that's got to be the bottom. It's like that, yep. That sits like that. Comes through like that. This sits over here. Plugs in right there. Genesis. Let me go get the cables. Got a game too. Okay, yellow chip goes in this one. Turns on. Other one goes in this one. Will it turn on? Oh, I think it's on. That's not right. Bid box.
So VidBox disconnected. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright. It's trying to read a disc. That's a lot farther than we were before. So will it read a disc? Let's get our handy dandy little disc holder. That might work. Let's see. That's probably not going to work. We can steal the one out of the top of the... Well, let's just put the top on the second CD. Let me click this mic to me so you can hear what the hell I'm saying. Okay, so if I go to, let's go to desk cam for now. Turn that back off. Put this lid on. There we go. Now put this on. Okay. Here it's spinning the disc. It's not just sitting there idle, so that's good news. Doesn't seem to be reading it though, or would have said, usually it reads it really fast. It's still trying to read it, so I don't think it's going to. Try to clean that laser real fast. Hoping that does it, but it never does. That never does it. It's never that easy. It's never that easy. See how this disc looks. This looks pretty good. Wonder if it'll read a CD. We put all of our games the other day. We had them all out. The fact that it's not just crapping out and saying it doesn't see a disc tells me it's getting a signal. It's just not. I think the gears are just seized or something because it's not able to move. I don't think the laser's moving. So if I can pop this one off without breaking, okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Now I can move this. One. It does want to go home, but that's to be expected. might just drop some oil down there. Not really sure what, oh, I see what this one's doing, okay. All right, let's see now if I hook everything up. Yep. Now the laser's not doing anything again. Now we're not getting any disc spin. Okay. Why not? Okay. I see the laser now. God damn it. Now we get no disc spin. If I manually spin it, does it start spinning? No. What could we have done to change this? Laser could have gotten weaker. We have 5 pots on this we can fuck with, but I really don't want to fuck with the pots unless I absolutely have to, because that's where you get into trouble. Lots of trouble messing with those pots. Yeah, there's no... Let me figure out what the common issue is for no disc spin. I'm gonna imagine it's a power issue. Probably got a bad cap somewhere. If I was a betting man, that's what I would say it is. Let's sit on this screen for a second. I'll get my phone. Oh, here's the service manual. Fuck yeah. The service manual is not very helpful. It doesn't give you diagnostics, it just gives you the schematics of the thing, huh? Okay. I do have a new laser for these laying around, but it seems to spin pretty free. The fact that it spun initially and now won't tells me that we probably got some bad caps. Because we got a cap that is either not discharging or isn't charging right. How many caps we got on this board? There's like four, there's quite a bit on this one. And we would have to unsolder the motors, but that's okay. So unsolder 2 motors and then replace the caps on this board and see if that does anything for us. And then I would also probably replace some of the caps on this board, not all of them, but these big ones over here by the power in, probably do those real quick and see if that helps it at all. And I bet you it kind of will or something. Let's see. All right, that means I gotta change cam. So I'm gonna go over there and do that, so let's do that. Yeah, get all that shit out of the way. sticky. All my tools. Alright, we'll do this first. You guys see okay? Yeah, you can see okay. I don't understand what this gear's meant to be doing, because it's not. That's a lot better. I might try that real fast. I won't change your guys' cam because it'll take me 2 seconds, but now that I got that gear kind of right where it needs to be, I wonder if that changes anything. Yeah, the laser won't go home. put some more oil on these gears real fast. It is a mess, Todd. It is very bad. This thing looks like it was in the bottom of a lake for a few months. Not gonna lie. Yeah, the laser does not want to home. If I make it home... Yeah, if I make it home, it will spin the disc. But, yeah, if I make it home, it'll spin the disc, but this motor never wants to move the eye. The eye never moves. So let's just recap the board for our friend here. Let's see if we can get that motor to move. Boo. Alright, now we need a screwdriver because there's one single screw in this. Fantastic. We don't have one in front of us. This looks like it will work. It does work. And there should be nothing else connecting these two besides the ribbon cable. There's still some solder on these. There it goes. There's our little board. It's quite dirty. We're going to put new caps on this and see how it does then. So iron's on. This is on. So this is a 16 at 100. So let's get a 100 at 16. 100 at 35 will do just fine. Why they gotta bend the fucking legs over, pissing me off. Here we go. This is a 47 at 6.3, so we just need a 47 at anything. Are you? No, you're 33. We need more. I don't think we need more 47s. I should have a shit ton. 47 at 10 right there. That one just fell out. I'm sure there's still another 47 at 6.3. Now that one is a 50 at 1. This is a 47 at 6.3. Okay. This should be another 100 at something. Yeah, 100 at 16. So that is all the way over here. Now we got to do all these 4 on this side, and then we'll be done. Hopefully then we have a motor that spins. This is a 10 at 16. It's another 10 at 16. That is 100. And then one more. What are you? You are a 47. Now is when we hope that none of these are too tall, because they're all definitely taller than what was originally in there. Hopefully it's not too tall to touch off on anything. Come on. Don't want to heat that pad for that long, because I don't want to lift any pads. There. Okay, now we gotta find my side cutters, which should be an adventure in its own. We can turn that off. Yeah, I did pull on the spindle to see if it would nudge at all. It didn't really seem to move, but that doesn't mean it's not bad. So we will definitely be checking that. Move, move. Okay, so we can put it back on if it will. Everything fits. So that goes in like that. And gets clamped down on. So boom. That motor's rusty actually. I wonder if that's why he's not moving. That motor might be toast. That might be our problem. Because everything else seems to be working besides that motor's not spinning. That motor might be toasty. He's got some good amount of rust on him. Anyways, let's see if this does anything for him. Alright, is anything getting in our way? Seems like something is, but what? Those are going down. That one doesn't want to sit. Bent him up. What are we hitting on? There it goes. Yeah, that motor's so crunchy. Wonder if we can get it grooving by just spinning it for a while. I don't think the recap's going to do much for us, but we should check it anyways, because we've done it. But I need my fucking side cutters. Where are my side cutters, everyone? Where have they gone? Those yellow-handled bastards have walked off again. God, I need to clean up this junk pile that I call a solder bench. Really bad. Doesn't seem to be on this bench at all. We can use these for now, but I need to find my good ones. Todd wants us to WD-40 that bitch. I have 3-in-1 oil. That's what I put in there now. And I'm about to just inject voltage in it and see if it spins at all. Because if it doesn't spin when I put voltage to it directly, then it's just not a good motor. It's just a toast motor. If that's the case, there's not much I can do about that. Is there? Nope. See if we can get this motor spinning. Does it spin with my finger? I don't know that it does. Might just be seized. It does spin. Is it? Like having a... Okay, right quick. Let's inject voltage into it and see if we can get it to spin. That does mean we gotta take this back off, but it's not a big deal. Okay, now I can inject voltage into this motor and see if it spins. Let me get some alligators. Right here. Damn it. Alright, we're pushing 3 volts right now, which is like nothing. I don't know how much it takes to spin that motor, but probably around that, probably less than that. Let's knock it down actually. V course. Let's bring it down to like 2 volt. Okay. Then we'll put a lead on there. Touch this one. It is trying to pull some voltage, so I will up the voltage to 3 volt. Seems like it's trying. 5 volt. Yeah, it's seized. Okay. I can't imagine that needs anything more than 5 volts to spin. Yeah, it says 5.9 on it. So let's go up. We were at 5.8. Let's go up to 6. Give it 6 volts. Yeah, it's not doing anything. If we gave 6 volts to this other one, I bet you it spins like mad. Oh yeah. Spins like mad. Alright, so there's your problem, lady. Your seek motor on your drive does not seek at all. Alright, we need a smaller bit. I'm all wrapped up in my fucking microphone cord. That's not the right bit either. I feel like I'm gonna strip it. I don't want to strip it. I don't want to strip it. I want to take it out. So I can take that motor out and see if we can get that motor freed up. Ooh, that's it. That's the ticket. Alright. So that and that. And there it falls on out. Oh yeah, that's seized real bad. Is it just bent? Can't tell. We drop some oil in the bottom of this. I wonder if we can free it up. yeah, it's getting there. Let's heat it up a bit. There it is. Look at that. Free spinning. All right, now, if we give it voltage, there we go. Yep, that's spinning now, baby. All right. Okay, so now we need to put it back in there. And I think we lost the little top part of the motor because it's not sitting with the other part. So that's going to be something we have to find. I think it either fell off or I took it off and walked away with it. I don't know which. Okay, let's get this lined up. There it is. Put that in. Put that in there. Fun part is going to be when we recapped it wrong or something and it doesn't work because of some dumbassery we did. Oh, that's not the right way around because that's not going to line up. Okay, so this has to go in a very certain way. So it can't be those holes. Has to be certain ones. Okay, let's see. So it can be those two, or it can be these two, or it can be these two. But it definitely needs to be those two. If I flip it 180, does that way work? Of course it does. Okay, so we need to make sure we got it the right way around. Should be this way, I imagine. Okay, we got to figure out which side is ground on this motor. And to figure that out, we're going to get out our multimeter and put it into ohms mode and see which one of these talks to each other. Neither of them? Where's a ground? Okay, none of them touch fucking ground. Fuck. Might have to look back at the video to figure it out. Okay. Does that look like it did before, or is it backwards? Let me look at my phone. Go back in the stream to decide. Hey, Yank. That's when we were soldering that. Okay, there it's together. Based on this picture, I have it backwards. I think ground is on the inside on this picture. If you look earlier in the stream. Someone go back like 30 minutes in the stream and confirm, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm seeing there. Oh, there's that piece I was missing. Okay, thank God. Pretty sure I see the red dot on the inside. Okay. Is this asleep? Yeah, it was. Now we gotta wait. What I said, lol. LOL. Yeah. Is that not on all the way? There it goes. There we go. Okay. Now we just gotta put that screw back in. Don't know what that screw does, but we should probably put it back in. Probably grounds that. Then we put that little guy on, and that guy on, and now they spin. Look at that. Now I can just spin it freely with my finger. That's how it should be. And that goes on, and look at that. Now we can move the eye around. Okay, so now let's put this in the console and see if we get the eye to move. Should see the home itself now on boot up. Yank, what the fuck are you on today? Just come in here saying vagina? Okay. Whatever, bro. Fuck if I know what you're doing. Alright. So... now you're not going to want to turn on, are you? Now you're going to fight me on turning on? Yeah, that's exactly what you're going to do. If I disconnect your laser, will you turn on then? No, same thing. I think we got some bad caps because it's been plugged in for a while. So if I unplug it, and then let it sit for a bit, I bet you it'll turn on then. Because it was turning on 5 seconds ago and we haven't done anything to it. We've done absolutely nothing to it. Let everything discharge. Can barely hear me? Okay. My mic does keep falling down. Up here. How's that? I'm a mumbler. I will mumble. Okay, so let's get this on here. And then... Joan, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that very much. This thing's going to want to sit unpowered for a while, I bet, before it wants to turn on again. We should just recap this. This piece of shit. Let's at least replace these big guys in the corner. Let's replace those big guys. And I didn't change the desk cam, did I? So this will be easy. I can just do this. Yeah, this board's still really dirty. I went at it with a toothbrush, and I need like a really long paintbrush to get into all these little bits and bobs. Probably replace Q301 because it seems to usually be the problem. And these caps out here will replace real fast. Come on out of there. Come on out of there, man. There it went. Tells us which side's positive. This is a 330 at 16. So let me get that. Got 330 at 25 right here. Did I really fucking turn this off? God damn it. Have you played Atari today? Which one doesn't want to move? They both don't. Okay. There it went. Oh yeah, that one was pretty bad actually. I don't know if it's dirty or if it was, looks kind of bloated. That's 1,000. So that might be our issue on turning on sometimes. Okay. Those are the right way around. Good. If this still doesn't work, we're going to replace Q301. Let's see if that did anything to change our symptom. Nope, still nothing, right? Yeah, just that black screen. It is trying to turn on, which is the concerning part, because it is giving us a picture. It's just not a good picture. But this was just working and I didn't fucking do anything to it. I guess we'll replace the tip. Replace tip. Replace it with a tip 102, which I have that box of tips somewhere. They're right here. I think it's a 102C. Or a tip. Is it a 32C? Which one is it? Now I gotta ask my best friend AI again, because he's the one who got me going on the other one. I'll waste my time. That's good, Paul. Paul Gome S60. Okay. tip 41C. Yeah, it's a tip 42C. It was trying to fuck me up. I thought so, because that's the one I have the most missing out of this kit. It's a tip 42C. Okay, is this still on? Yep, alright, let's replace that. Let's see if that does anything for us. Crazy thing is, we just had this on, working fine, like, I don't know, an hour ago, and it did the same thing last time, where it turned on, and then after a while, it didn't want to turn on anymore. And I'm wondering if it's just this turn on circuit, or boot circuit, whatever you want to call it. There it is. There's the old one. Oh, I didn't change your guys' cam, did I? You can't see shit right now. Give me a second. Sorry. I'm failing. I'm failing at my job. Okay. Still got some pretty bad corrosion on the bottom of this too. A few points. Might also be our problem. That's all I've been dealing with lately is board corrosion. Alright, let's see if that does anything. Did that change anything about our symptom at all? Or is our fuse just blown? We should just check our fuses. I don't think we got a blown fuse though, because that did not change anything, huh? Oh, now it's dead. Yeah, now it's not even trying to turn on. Great! Great! Yay! Woo! Just leave that unplugged for now. there it is. It's on now. Why don't we see anything on the screen though? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, let's turn it off. Nobody move. We're going to put that back in. Oh, and now it's mad again. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, will it home? Yes. The motor homes now. Okay, very good. Okay, so now if we put the lid on, like so, and connect this. Do you have any cables in there in the way or anything? No? Okay. And now we put the disc in. Ah, fucker. Now it's not going to read the disc, huh? Ooh. It's struggling to spin it. Oh, it's because we're not down all the way. Now we're down all the way. Is that good? Oh. I hit the restart button and pissed it off. See how intermittent it is? How do I work with that? Now it's pissed off again. I don't know what to do other than clean it off real good again. Probably needs a full recap. Yeah, that's touching off on that. That's not good. Yeah, it's just completely dead again. I think what I want to do first, before I recap the whole thing, is just clean it all again, because it's so dirty still. This board is so dirty. I don't know if I'll do all the little blue ones. There's so many of them. I gotta see what are their values, see if I got them all. Sorcerer Stan, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that, man. Let me change y'all's cam here. What game? It's Joe Madden Football, of course. We were so close to getting a good test there too, and it just crapped out on us. All right, what are all these super tiny ones? They're all 6 volt. What are they? 10 microfarad. They're all 10s. I had a shit ton of 10s I ordered, and I think I'm almost out because I fucking used so many of them. I should have more. I don't think I've used them all, but... Anyways, let's replace the other small ones that are over here. This is 100, another 100. That was and this one's 100 as well. There it goes. Have you played Atari today? Oh, why you gotta be a pain in my ass? Of course, the one in here all fucking shoved in the corner is gonna not want to come out. Without a fight. I'm out of there. Huh. Jesus Christ. There it went. That one actually pulled out, so that one might have been our problem. 10 at 16. Alright, let's see if that changes anything. Replacing those 3. That's all of our ones near the power on circuit stuff. Then I need to get a long toothed brush and get in here all around all this stuff and get it real clean because it's still so dirty. There we go. All right. See if that does anything, I guess. Nope. Nope, it's still dead. Oh, there it went. I hear it trying to spin a disc, but I don't see anything on the screen. Oh, that's why. Damn. No disc. What if I gave it a CD, which I had somewhere? Ah, yes, the Passion of Christ. We have the Passion of Christ here. Let's read that. So I'm going to read that. Can't tell if it's spinning the disc or nope, nope, no disc. It takes it a long time though. Is there a laser adjustment we can do on this? Pretty sure there is. So we've recapped the entire laser board. It takes it a long time to give up. It doesn't like restarting. Oh no, it's okay restarting now. Then Yeah, no disc. Okay. So, is this still spinning free? Yeah, it is. Okay, that's still moving around as it should. Very good. Let's get this out of here so that we can use it. I do hate getting these out of here because I usually break the thing, but break the plastic. This is such a pain. Are we out over there? No. We're not. Now we are, huh? Right? Kinda. No, that just clipped back in. Fucker. Okay, that's too long. Let's do the top one. Damn. Let go of that, bro. There it went. Thank God. Okay, so now we can test this without having to put the top back on. So we can see a lot more about what the laser is doing. Okay. So it seems to be booting consistently now, so we must have found what that problem was. And now if I hold this down, read it for a while and gave up. But it still says checking disk, even though it for sure gave up. Yeah, no disk. All right, Yank, there is 5 different potentiometers on here. So let's see, Sega CD Model 2 won't read disk. So we do have, well, I think the laser we have is for, yeah, we do have a 240A laser right here. It's not the same, is it? No, that's not the same. That is not the same laser. So that's not gonna work. This is for the one that's the top bottom one. Okay, but what pot do we adjust? There's 5 pots on it. That's weird. It spun backwards for a while. That was so weird. Let's see if I can find someone who, that's just replacing the laser. Okay, so I'm going to assume, let's clean that laser real fast one more time. Because we had oil and everything else up here, so. Okay, I do see 4 pots labeled on the PCB. They're labeled 2, 4, 1, and 3. And then there's one on the laser assembly itself. On the back of the laser that is unlabeled. So it's got the one, here, let's go to, son of a bitch. It will be better to do it in this cam anyway. All right, so there's 4 right here, and there's 1 on the actual laser board, and they're all yellow. There's 5 yellow ones. They're all labeled 20. Well, that one on the back's 202, and these are 103s and 203s. And this is labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the one on the laser board itself is not labeled at all. So yeah, you got four of them here and one on the actual back. Let me get my multimeter and we'll read what that one on the back reads. Let's see what this reads back here. That reads 700 ohm, 714 ohm on the back of the actual laser assembly. Mr. Yank. 714. I guess I'll turn it down a little bit, see if that helps us at all, if that changes anything. That's not going to work. Let me get a different bit. Assuming that's the right one to mess with, Yank. Is this the right one to mess with on the back of the laser board? All right, I moved it a tiny bit. Let's see what it's at now. All right, wrong way, of course. I've never been able to bring these Sega CD ones back to life. 670 now. Let's bring it down to like, what do you think about 670? That's really not a big move at all. We went from 700 to 670. All right, now we're at 550. That might be too low. I was just gonna try 600 real fast. Nope. There's 670 again. So sensitive. That was probably too much. Let's see what that moved it to. No, stop. $570. 675 is as far as you'd go. Okay, we'll try that. $670, there it is, $670. Okay. Let's see what it does now. Nope. Am I holding it too hard? I think I am. Stop it. Shouldn't take this long. Let's get the CD on there again. You know, I've seen people pull this spindle out. I ohmed out the ribbon and it seemed good, but it could still be the ribbon. Could still be caps on the fucking logic board too, for all I know. Still got a lot of OG caps on the logic board. We've recapped the entire Sega CD drive board, but we haven't recapped the logic board because there's so damn many of them. My lord, there's so many of them. But we might need to do that. I need to clean up this place. This place is... I don't have any ribbons, or I would swap it. I don't stock ribbon cables. I need to. But it's just like each one takes a different ribbon cable, right? How do you know what's what? How do you know what's what? Do we at least consistently get it turning on now? Now that I've unplugged it and plugged it back in. No, we don't. It spins the shit out of the disc too. It just doesn't sound like it's reading anything. I see the laser in there. And if we, like, let's say we move it all the way back. You can watch it home. Home's good. Oh yeah, starts focusing. Doesn't see anything, gives up. So, could just be that we have a dead laser. Could be a lot of things, actually. Could be that we have a dead laser. Could be that we have... To do a full recap of the board, because we still have lots of these gross blue caps on the logic board. And I don't know where the signal from the laser travels to get to the... to be read by a chip, but we also need to clean this, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. I think I'm going to take this thing apart. I'm going to clean it some more, because it's definitely not all the way clean yet. Definitely not. It's definitely still pretty dirty. But we haven't gotten worse yet, which is always a good sign, because we usually end up making it worse before it gets better. So, that's good. Should probably take this battery off while I'm at it, too. Anyways, okay. It's really not that much we want to work on today. Yeah, we'll give her another bath. We already gave her one bath. I really just need to take some time cleaning this place up because it's got so much junk everywhere. Yeah, I need to take some time to do that. And then we already did as much as we could do on that pinball, or not that pinball, but that jukebox board. So I need to order the parts for that jukebox board. I'm going to go clean this, and that'll probably be it for today. I might stream again later tonight. I don't know. But we'll see. Because I don't think there's much else I can work on right now down here. Because I need to... This place is just such a mess. I need to clean this place up, and I need to get a bunch of stuff out of here. It needs to go to the barn. Like the monitor, the G07s for the Centipede cabinets need to go out to the barn. And then I need to clean this desk up so we can start actually doing those Centipede boards. Because I really want to do those Centipede boards soon. And that will be here on this bench. Because I should have all the parts I need to do that now. Yank always makes it worse, and I am the Yank. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. I don't have much games left from the game store except for a shit ton of handhelds that I need to get to. But for right now, okay, I think that's it for right now because I need to clean this house up a bit. I need to clean this desk up and get organized, and then come back around to working on this stuff again. But this is getting close. We got it actually seeking the disc now. That motor was completely seized. It's no longer seized, so it now spins freely. It actually tries to read the disc, but it just can't get there. So we'll probably just need to do more caps on this, especially because of how dirty it was. Not really any water damage corrosion, but it's just dirt. Just a lot of dirt. So make sure that's not stopping any or connections or bridging any. So anyways, yeah, I'll probably go live later tonight. I'm not sure. We'll see. But thanks everyone for hanging out for now. We had 152 people in here tonight. That's awesome. We got a lot of trace repair to do on that jukebox once I get the parts for it. So, all right. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.